Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self-realization. Please subscribe our channel for the mystical meanings of the scriptures and to enjoy daily satsang with us. We are currently exploring the book Yoga of Perfection, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. Currently, we are studying important shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita from each chapter. Today we will be starting from chapter 2, shloka number 71 and 72, and then we will move on to chapter 3. So, shloka number 71, Lord Krishna continues to guide Arjuna. विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिम् अधिगच्छति. Meaning, having abandoned all desires, he who moves without the feeling of mindness, without egoism, and without any craving, he attains supreme peace. Supreme peace meaning Param Shanti. Shloka number 72. एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकाले अपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति. Lord Krishna says, such is the state of self-realization, O Arjuna. Having attained this, a yogi is not deluded. Being established in this, even at the moment of death, he attains the absolute state of liberation. Moving on to chapter 3, some important shlokas. First, shloka number 36, Arjuna Vacha. Arjun asks. Chapter 3 is Yoga of Action. Arjun Vacha. अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापं चरति पुरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय बलादेव नियोजितः. Arjun said, O Lord, impelled by whom does man perform sinful actions, even against his own will, as if by force? A beautiful question indeed, because we are all intelligent and yet we sometimes do things even when they are wrong and we know them. That is what his question is here. And shloka number 37, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidheyena Mihi Vairinam. The Lord replied, it is kama or desire, it is krodha, anger born of Rajoguna, the principle of activity and passion, which are ever insatiable and sinful, verily know them to be thy enemy here. So the main culprits are desire. Unfulfilled desire results in anger. Shloka 38. धूमेनाव्रियते बहिर्यथादर्शो मलेन च यथोलबेनावृतो गर्भस्तथा तेनेदमावृतम्. God says, just as fire is veiled by smoke and mirror by dust and fetus by the amniotic fluid, even so this vision of the self is veiled by that desire and anger, even though it is not obvious, visible initially, but it is veiled by these things. Then moving on to shloka number 40, God says, Indriyani mano buddhir syadhishthanamuchyate eiter vimohayatyesha jnanamavritya dehinam. Senses, mind, intellect are the seats of the enemy. What is the enemy? Desire. So, through these, it deludes the embodied beings by veiling their wisdom. So, there are several seats through which the mind operates. Sometimes it's in the senses, sometimes the mind, sometimes the intellect that deludes us. Moving on to shloka number 41. तस्मात् विम्रियेन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम्. Therefore, O Arjuna, having acquired mastery over the senses, destroy this slayer of knowledge and wisdom, this sinful desire, by all your might. So, God is emphatic about sense control and killing our desires, which are endless in nature. So, very profound shloka. Shloka number 42. God says, Indriyani paranyahurindriyebhyah param manaha manasastu para buddhir yo buddheha paratastu saha. This is the declaration of the wise. The senses are higher than the body, higher than the senses is the mind, higher than mind is buddhi or intellect, and higher than intellect is that self. Shloka number 43. Evam buddhe param buddhva संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Thus, knowing the self to be higher than intellect, restrain the lower self, the senses and the mind by the higher self. The higher self is your discerning intellect, and destroy this desire, the enemy that is hard to conquer. So, very profound, detailed shlokas indeed. And moving on to chapter number 4, shloka number 7. God says, this is a very popular shloka that many of you may already know. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirabhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Lord Krishna continues. Chapter 4 is also known as Yoga of Wisdom. So, Lord says, whenever there is decline in dharma or righteousness, and there is rise in adharma or unrighteousness, I incorporate myself in a physical body, my avatara or incarnation, and I descend into the world. So that is why we say every time there is unrighteousness, and there are many avatars, God keeps on coming whenever He finds the need. So in Sanatan Dharma, they say there are 10 main avatars, but Srimad Bhagavatam, that is another profound scripture, talks about the detailed avatars being 24. But those are just details. The idea is that God keeps coming, and we are also avatara of God, but we are called Anshavasaras, particles, rays of God, so to speak. Moving on to shloka number 8, God continues. परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. For the sake of protecting the saints and destroying the wicked, for establishing dharma or righteousness, I manifest myself in every age. Shloka number 9. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सो अर्जुन. O Arjuna, my birth and actions are divine. Whoever knows this in truth is not born again, having departed from the body, for he attains my own self. That is shloka number 9. Then moving on to shloka number 36. Sorry, shloka number 34. God says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshinaha. Know the knowledge of self by prostrating. It's called Dandavat Shashtang Pranam, meaning like a long stick, you fully prostrate with all your limbs, having approached the spiritual preceptor or guru by serving and by questions, humble questions to know pertaining to Brahman. They, the knowers of self, will instruct thee, but God is guiding how to approach a guru with respect, with full dedication, and then asking the questions that will be um, worth the aspirants further guidance. Shloka number 35, this chapter number 4. यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान्यशेषेण द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यथो मयि. So God says in this shloka number 35 that you will not be deluded anymore, O Arjuna. Knowing this, you will see all beings in yourself and in me. So, with this, we conclude our satsanga for today, and we will continue this beautiful journey. What could be better than narrating the Bhagavad Gita, hearing those shlokas in Sanskrit, and then understanding the meanings of each shloka, just the important shlokas. We are only covering main summaries. This is not the entire Bhagavad Gita. So enjoy this daily satsang, this daily nectar. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Hari Om Tat Sat.